What's up, everybody? My name's Bryce, aka DubsNotSubs, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast arc. I'm gonna move the mic real quick, just so it sounds better. So if you heard something real, I moved it. Anyway, it's nice to be back. I took my first ever week off from doing YouTube. I haven't done that in ever since on this channel. I think I maybe skipped an upload or two, or maybe slowed down, was inconsistent throughout the year, but this is my first time where I purposely did not make any videos for an entire week. It actually kind of felt nice, I'm not gonna lie. It was nice to take a little bit of a break, I love making videos, and I'm really happy I'm back, but, calm down, just get a week off. It's cool, because school's gonna be starting back soon, and I'm just here, I'm vibing, having a good time. It's nice to be back. I'm glad to get back into the manga and anime news. There's a lot of stuff we missed. We're going to get into the 2 weeks of stuff that I missed, so last week and this week, or the week before and last week's. So we're going to get into all that. I cannot wait to get into this. There's a lot of stuff to get into, and some really bad thing we're going to start off with, as you can tell from this if you're watching it, but otherwise we're going to get into that. But anyway, guys, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel that I deserved it. And, oh crap, I almost forgot to ask about people's weeks. I always almost forget to do it. I don't know why. But how was you guys' week? I hope it was good. I hope this week's going to be good. But without further ado, let's get into the stories. And now we have, first up, the biggest story of this week. And that is Act A's story writer Tatsuya Matsuki arrested on suspicion of committing an indecent act with a minor. Update number 2. So let's read this before I say anything. NHK reported on Saturday that Act A story creator Tatsuya Matsuki, 29, was arrested on suspicion of committing an indecent act with a female middle school student. Middle school, oh my god. NHK reported that, according to police, the girl was walking in Nakado Ward of Tokyo on June 18th at 8 p.m. when the suspect approached the girl from behind while on a bicycle and touched her inappropriately. Afterward, the suspect fled the scene on a bicycle. The girl went to the police, who analyzed security footage to investigate. The police discovered through security footage that about an hour later, a similar incident on a nearby road with a different female middle school student occurred, involving a suspect who resembled Matsuki. According to the police, Matsuki told police there's generally nothing incorrect with their accusations. So basically, he's admitting guilt. And down here, I believe it just is talking about, it's the rest of what he did. And also, just so everyone knows, I want to make sure, I want to know what the, okay. And artist Shiro Yusaki, the Act Age manga in Shonen Jump started in 2018, and so there's this whole thing about it. It's not running right now. There's gonna get canceled probably, but I don't know if they're gonna let Shiro Yuzaki, who has nothing to do with the writer Matsuki here. She has nothing to do. She's not involved. There's no correlation between them and being partner in crime or anything like that. So this is all falling on the actual writer and not writer and not the artist. I didn't want to say that, just in case she was the writer, but I was pretty sure that she was the artist. Anyway, this is absolutely horrible. I cannot believe this, and the fact that some people on Twitter are trying to defend this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if, oh my god. You can't defend this. You really can't. I don't care if she's 45, because people are trying to say because the age in there is younger. It doesn't matter if she's 45. It was an unwanted, no consent, just something happened. Obviously, they don't tell. They say some sort of touching happens with it. And she's in middle school. My god. I don't, you can't, how do you defend that? This is absolutely horrible. This guy deserves to go to jail. This is terrible. I wish nothing but the best for Shiro, though, because this is going to fall on her. She's going to get probably a lot of backlash, even because she's associated with this manga and with everything like this. And what really sucks about Act Age is that it's a really good manga. I don't want to be that guy who says that, so I don't know what's going to go on with that. People are if they're just going to throw it out or anything like that. It's kind of hard to want to support something like this, especially now that you know that the creator of it did this. But the writer has nothing to do with it. I wish nothing but the best for her. I hope that whatever happens to this, she's able to come out okay, because you are, by association, even if you had no involvement in it, she might get some, crap or shit or something like that. So I really hope she doesn't. Wish nothing but the best for her. I'm glad this guy's going to jail. This is absolutely heinous. Matsuki deserves what's coming to him, and this is just terrible. So let's get away from that, because now we have that bad news, and let's get on to some of the better stuff happening this week. Now, first off, which is kind of, it's not really that good. I didn't think it was, but I just want to make sure I didn't say it wrong. But anyway, Kodansha Comics has announced that the digital release of Hiroyuki Take's Shaman King will be delayed. It was planned for July 28th release, Additionally, the spinoffs are also delayed. Let me read this just to see if there's a date, but I don't believe there is a new date. And we want fans to know that these delays will not affect the Shaman King print editions. It's just going to be the actual print digital editions. So quality release date. We sincerely apologize for this last minute holdup, as we are aware. I don't believe they have any like specific time to when these are going to come out, whether than soon as possible, but I think there were some translation issues or like something that went in with that. So this sucks. We're going to have to wait for Shaman King some more, which is not fun, but hey, what can you do? And plus, guys, again, if you are going to read this and you want to check it out for the first time, I highly recommend, if you have Amazon Prime, to just wait for it to come out digitally, because you can get the entire series free because they have teamed up with Amazon Kindle or whatever they teamed up with, like the digital thing. It's on. You can get it on the entire thing on Kindle for free, as long as you have an Amazon Prime subscription. So if you're going to read it for the first time and you're not really sure you want to go for the prints, don't. Just get the digitals. You can get them for free, and that's what I'm going to be doing also. So next up, we have Kaiju number 8, chapters 1 through 5, and number 6 is also out, are on the Shonen Jump app right now, and this is Kafka dreams of stopping Kaiju, not mopping up Kaiju. Will he ever make the self-defense force? And now this is on there. This is such a good manga. The first 6 chapters are so fun. I like the art. I like the characters. I like where this can go. There's a really nice niche to it. My only really big question to what is like maybe the downside of this series is I don't really see like the monster like villains as like anything more than just like these random monsters. But what seems to be happening in the latest episode or the latest chapter is that it's going to like they're gonna introduce some like bigger main villain or something that's more like the reasoning to why these kaijus are here, what they're doing, what their purpose is, because right now we don't know anything, and that's really my only biggest gripe with it, is that we don't know what's going on with that. But that makes sense because it makes you want more, so I understand that they're not going to just give us everything right away. That's just the only thing I didn't really see, is like the why are they here, what's the point of that, because it's not hinted at all. It's just like they're there and we just have to be like, okay. So it's nice to know that they're going to introduce like that question that we've been having. So I'm excited to see that. The character Kafka is so good. His sidekick, his rival, is another great character. Kafka's childhood friend, I'm sorry I can't remember all the names at the moment, but it's such a good series. There's so much good from this series. Like, I highly recommend you read it. It's funny. It's got good action. The scenes have a lot of promise. It's going to be huge battles, it seems like. It's going to be power scaling to them, like a lot of power scaling for it, like huge, basically One Punch Man. I don't know. Maybe not to the scale of One Punch Man, but it's going to have huge fight scenes, and they look like they're going to be really well drawn and really well choreographed. I cannot wait to read more of this. It's an absolutely fantastic series. And yeah, we're going to get on to the next up, which is Hidden EX. We're going to look at what is going on this week, and that is going to be coming out on the day that this is uploaded, on Monday. It did not come out on Sunday, so what is going to happen is we are going to get Bleach Burn the Witch, which is one of the 4 new titles that are coming out on Shonen Jump, and I will get into the rest of those in a second. So let me focus on all the other rankings for this stuff. So I don't really know how the rankings work right now. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because people have told me that the TLC does not actually show like 100% what the actual order is. Like 14 would be like it's in the bottom. So I don't know. The only way to find out is when they say it ends, which Mitsuma Security did end, which is absolutely horrible. I love that series. It was actually really good. In my opinion, I loved it. I thought it was funny. The whole like arc that they pulled in later was a little bit like cheesy and wasn't really that good, and it wasn't I wasn't the biggest fan of it, so I can understand why it took a dip to where it ended up getting canceled out of the series. I don't get how Gravity Boys is still in there, and Mitsuma got kicked out before that, but hey, to each their own, and I will continue to love that series, even though it didn't do that well, apparently. But what can you do? But anyway, yeah, Gravity Boys is somehow still in this magazine. I don't know how anybody enjoys that, in my opinion. Me and Roboco is still in news, so that's not ranked, and we have a special, which I believe is the creators of of the Promised Neverland. I heard that they were coming out with a one-shot. I don't know if it's going to be released I believe it's in this issue, so I believe that's what one of these are, and new is going to be Bleach Burn the Witch, and then the special is going to be the one-shot. That's what I'm assuming, because that's what I saw before. I don't have the tweet. It was on my Google Docs before, so I have it. It's true. I don't know if it's coming out in English, though. I'm assuming so, right? And then Mago-chan's still not ranked yet. Mashley's doing great. Undead Unluck is doing good. We'll see how more of this stuff continues to turn out. I'm liking the magazine where it's going. It doesn't have anything really big So we'll see what's going to end up happening after this. And I can't hate on it. I'm liking where the magazine is. It's good. It needs some big series, though, and Bleach Burn the Witch is going to do that, but let me get into more of that, like what's happening with Bleach Burn the Witch. But first, let's get into the whole thing of what the 4 new series are. So we have we have Burn the Witch by Kubo Tite, we have Honamirai Shonen by Goto Togo and Matsura Kinto, we have Kokusei Kazuko-ku by Nakama Ryu, and we have Bokura no Ketsume by Kakazukazu. So let me get into actually these, because first up, we are going to be talking about why Bleach the Witch only has 4 chapters and then it's going to be complete. So this is not going to be a sequel to Kubo Tite's new series. It's not going to be his new super long series, like a sequel of Bleach. It's just going to be this quick spin-off, and then he's going to be out. And I also heard that he's already going to be done with this. So I'm pretty sure he's already done with all the chapters for it. It just has to be released. So he's not even working on this anymore right now. It's already fully finished. So he's going to be working on something new to put in a magazine, to do whatever he wants to do with this thing. So I wish him nothing but the best of luck. I'm excited to read this, even though I'm not going to probably get a lot of the stuff that's going on, to be honest, because I haven't read Bleach. I still need to get to that. There's a lot of big 3 stuff I need to finish on. Like, I'm like a third of the way through One Piece. I've only watched the Naruto series, so I need to watch Naruto Shippuden, and then I haven't seen any of Bleach. So I need to get to that, but there we go. You're going to have 4 chapters of Bleach, and then it'll go bye-bye forever. Burn the Witch bye-bye, which is sad. So we're going to get into right now, and that is what all these series are about. So here we go. We have our first series, Bleach Burn the Witch, by Kubo Tite. We don't really think he needs any presentation at all, so let's focus on the series. Burn the Witch will be a 4-chapter long serialization starting on issue 38 and with an upcoming anime movie adaptation. So you're going to get a movie of this, which is kind of cool. It's kind of interesting that they instantly just went with it right after he said that. So basically, this is just what I was saying, that he was already pretty much done with it. And then next up, we have Hanamura Shonen by Goto Togo and Matsura Kinto is the second batch of the second series of the batch, starting on issue number 30 of 9. This series is based on the one-shot by the same name writer and the Shonen Jump's 2018 Future Cup. Does it have it? Okay. And most of you probably know the artist, Matsura Kinto, who already was serialized with Tokyo Shinobi Squad and had a recent Hakamo Shogo I'm not even going to try to do that last one. But one shot in Jump Giga. So you've seen his art in Tokyo Shinobi Squad, it was good art. I mean, it didn't blow me away. It wasn't bad. It was definitely good. It was solid art. So we'll see how a new story goes, and I'm interested to see how it ends up turning out. The third series is Kokusei Kazuko by Nakama Ryo. He is the mangaka of Isobi Isobi Monogatari Yukio wa Tsuruyo, a historical gag series that ran in Jump from 2013 to 2017 with 303 chapters and with 16 volumes. So he had a successful thing before, so he's kind of a veteran. And finally, the last series from the batch is Bokura no Ketsume by Kakazukazu. Man, I am just trucking through these. I'm getting them down, actually. Starting on issue 41, a pretty early serialization considering it's based on a one-shot published back on issue 50, number 50 in 2019, with the title being translated The Red Pledge, which sounds interesting. I like the ominous kind of thing with that. And it also, if this is the one shot, and if you guys aren't seeing it, it's basically this older guy has the I would say a ribbon going around, tying around his arm, and it goes to like this younger kid also tying around his arm, and it has, this cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out of you, Luke 22:20, which seems to me like it's going to have some religious undertones or something like that with the series. It really interested me and really piqued my interest, so I want to know how it's going to turn out. This one is one to be looking out for me personally, because there's a lot of mysterious aspects to it. And if this ghost one also, if it looks like how it does in here when it has this kind of dude looking like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a ripoff of not Light, or what's his name? It's Light? Yeah, it has to be Light. Light's the one who has the Death Note, right? I hope not. I hope so. It's oh, I really hope I'm not wrong with that. But this looks interesting too. I'm gonna try them all out, obviously, because you can try them for free. We'll see what ends up happening with them, and I'm excited for it. So next up, we have Mangamo will be adding Tokyopop, Sozo Comics, and SB Creative titles to their mobile service, and that has been announced. This is why I'm saying Mangamo has the best chance of becoming the Netflix of manga. They have, like I've said before, they have the biggest investors. So they have the most money to put for this. They have the biggest names. They have a lot of trust behind their brand, having like Kodansha, Viz, Hulu, all these huge companies behind them to back them up. So you know their company is going to be trusted by Japanese companies because they already have a name for themselves by what the other people already invested in packing in. So I'm looking forward to this being the closest thing to a Netflix-style manga, especially when you have Viz Media and Kodansha, which has like most of the manga out there, if they're going to use their company to actually put on this. I know Kodansha's on here. I don't know about Viz Media titles. I don't think so, but we'll see where that goes. We'll see where the future for this holds. I do recommend checking this out, but I'm waiting for the Android app, and I'm not going to get it before then because I don't even think they have a website. They do have a website, but I don't think you can read on it. I tried to look it up before to see if you can even read on the website, and I don't think it's possible. It's only an app on Apple, so if you want to get it, you can get it on the App Store for only Apple devices at the moment, because when they first opened it up, it was an absolute travesty. They did not finish it. There was a ton of glitches. They had to re-go into beta with it. So it was a really they shot their load too early. Like, they definitely had a premature ejaculation with that site release. It was not good. It was definitely not a pretty site. But they got their stuff in gear now. I'm not hearing a lot of complaints about it. We'll see where this goes. I believe it's $7 a month if you want to get it. So I recommend it with all the stuff that's on there. They have a huge catalog from what I know. And again, you do have to pay for it. But if it ends up becoming a Netflix style manga, I'm not going to complain. Then next up we have in Shonen Jump news, we have the live action Neverland film reveals first teaser and poster. This looks horrible. This looks like it's going to be the Death Note live action. This is not good. Like the characters for Emma, Ray, and Norman do not look good. And then Sister Crone does not look anything like she's supposed to. I think Sister Crone changed from last when I last saw her. My God, like, what is going on with this poster? Why are there numbers like on them? I don't get that. Like, they're supposed to be on their necks, and it doesn't look. I can't see Emma's obviously, but it's supposed to be around their necks. And from what I can see with Norman right here, it doesn't look like he has one on his neck. They're gonna have it on their neck. If they don't, that is so incredibly lazy. It's such an important thing in the actual movie, but this does not look that good. I am not excited to see this. Yeah, look at Sister Crone. She looks nothing like she's supposed to. Oh, I cannot wait for this train wreck. Everyone's gonna roast the hell out of this thing. If it's good, I hope it's good. You know what? I hope I'm wrong. I honestly do. But from what I'm seeing, I am not hopeful for this at all. This is going to be something very special. And who's going to be in this? We have Keiko Kitagawa in the right. So the actor for Isabella, she's in Pretty Guardian, Sailor Moon, Mars, and Paradise Kiss. The live actions of all those. And in the left, we have Naomi Watanabe from the live action Kana-san and Kana-san Suzuki, or is that one thing? Maybe she's only been in one. But yeah, I'm not very hopeful for this. And then we have the 19-year-old actress Manami Hanabe. They are not 19. They're not 19. That's your problem. And she did the live action of Anohana from the from the Flowers We Saw That Day. Wow, I mixed that and Makia. Anohana, such a good anime. Watch that. Watch Anohana and Makia when the Promised Flower Bloom, if you've not seen it, or Anthem of the Hearts. There's another series, it's called Her Blue Sky, and that's not out yet. It got delayed because of COVID, which sucks because I love Maria Okada. I'm like falling apart with names right now, but she is such a good director and writer. I love all her works. It's so good. She really knows how to make you cry. She will break you down in the biggest sense. I don't care how tough you are, and by the end of that movie, you're going to look like a bitch. You're going to be crying because they're so good, or the TV show or anything that she does because they're so good. Anyway, next up, for all you Cowboy Bebop fans, the official soundtrack is finally on Spotify. For the first time, the official soundtrack is added on Spotify. The boasters compilation of the jazz tunes that recount Shinichiro Watanabe's critically acclaimed 1998 sci-fi anime. If you want to go see it, if you want to go do it, just look Cowboy Bebop on Spotify, and you can get it, pull it up, and you can get the entire catalog of the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack for free. It's awesome. I've been vibing to it right now. Well, not right now, but I was vibing to it earlier. Me and my friends were over here. We're just playing Jackbox, vibing to some Cowboy Bebop. It was a good time, I'm not gonna lie. Especially listening to Tank again. Such a good OP. So I highly recommend you guys going out there and checking that out. So, next up, we're going to get into the Kimetsu no Yaiba collaboration, and I believe, there's a bunch of different shirts for this recently ending, and they have some nice ones. This is in collaboration with Uniqlo. This is going to be out on August 17th, which is the day my college starts, well, that's convenient. I might get one of these shirts. I'm probably going to get one of them, and once it shows up, I will. So if you guys aren't watching, I'll try my best to describe them the best I can. So we have this first one right here. We have Muzan Kibutsuji, and it's just kind of him on a white block, and it shows him with a phrase saying, "I'm always watching you," with his name, Muzan and Kibutsuji below it. I'm really only going to cover the ones that are good, in my opinion. This is one of the upper eyes right here. We have one with those. We have one with Tanjiro doing his water move, and it says something about it. I think it's a quote about something with the water moves. Then we have the cover of Manga Volume 1 with Tanjiro and Nezuko with her like trying to bite him, and it says, Tanjiro sets out on a dangerous journey to find a way to return his sister to normal and destroy the demon who ruined his life, and it just kind of has that going around the border. There's a lot of these are really well designed. I really like that one. And we have another one with like the flame Hashiri's like thing when he uses his attack. We have a box one where it shows like each different Hashiri in like their own little box, and then we have the thunder one with Zenitsu, and then we have Nezuko is a little pocket. She's like on top of the pocket with a little pattern, and then there's another one with Hashiri, and it just has the big Hashiri logo, and then all of them in the front. These are really well designed. August 17th, check them out. They're probably going to be around like $15. It's usually what it's like on the site, $15, $20. Their stuff's usually pretty cheap, so I highly recommend you guys go check this out if you are a huge fan of Demon Slayer. They are really well designed. They're comfortable shirts. I own the Golden Kamuy collaboration they did with Uniqlo. 100% recommend it. It's a great design shirt, really comfortable. So that's what I gotta say about that. And then next up is something I saw, and it was Attack on Titan. The final season is no longer listed for an October 2020 release. Expect a new update this month. That was on August 6th, 3 days ago. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. I don't know if there was an update. So I might end up coming back next week and recapping this and telling you guys what happens if we end up getting an update, because I might have missed it. So just in case, I'll make sure to look it up for next week, just in case there is news this week about what's going on with that, or maybe it's just like a glitch or something like that. We'll see. So be on the lookout, because the final season might not be coming out in fall. But anyway, next up we have 7 seasons announced a license. Ryokima Kikuta's Super X Eros, and let me read you guys the description of this, and this is: when the mantis-like aliens known as Kitsiju descend on Earth, they have one goal: eradicate the human race. They do so by absorbing humans' age energy. I wonder what that is. The sexual passion that fuels so many people and keeps the species reproducing. The government has assembled an elite team of heroes to fight bugs, aided by technology that allows them to transfer their erotic powers into energy into superpowers. High schooler Reto Injo is recruited onto the team, partnering with 4 beautiful girls, one of whom is his childhood friend, Kira Hoshino. What a surprise! A childhood friend and a harem ecchi? What? Oh my god. Though they were once close, they've grown apart in recent years since Kira turned distant and aloof after an encounter with a Kisai Chu in her youth. Can Reto save the world, keep his team together, and maybe even melt his childhood friend's newly cold exterior? It's a ecchi comedy. I was not interested in this at all. She looks like she has a Ben 10 watch also. I just noticed that. She looks like she's about to turn in like a spider ape or whatever it was in Ben 10. But this is gonna be, if you like your ecchi comedy, go for it. But me personally, I'm gonna pass on that. I have enough right now. World's in Harem Fantasy, World's in Harem, and Plus Size Elf, and then Machimaho. I messed up and made the wrong girl a magical girl, something like that for the title. Those are really the 4 I'm reading right now, and that's good enough for me. I absolutely love those series. I don't need another one in my life. If you like it, you like it. I didn't care about the anime enough to check it out, so I'm not going to be buying it with the manga. But now, that's not to say it's a bad manga. This is going to be coming out in February 2021, so if it's for you, it's for you. It's not me saying it's a bad series. I've just never seen it, and I didn't care enough to watch it, so research that yourself and see if you end up recommending it. It does not get my recommendation because obviously I can't recommend something I've never seen. But anyway, last up, we have all the new releases that Yen Press has announced. There's a ton of new releases out for this, and they're going to have more. I'll go up to make sure to like 100% say which one, like what expo it is, so I'm not going to say it yet. But there's another expo where they're going to be releasing even more manga announcements. So I'm going to be specifically focused on series I actually care about. when they come up. Otherwise, I'm just going to read the description and the title, and we'll move on. So, first up, we have Circus du Freak, the manga omnibus editions. Discover the manga adaptation of Darren Shan's World of Vampire, Werewolves, and Strange Creatures, now back in a new omnibus form. I hope you guys like that voice crack. But this is actually, I'm excited for this. I knew there was a manga out of it already, but I've actually read all of the original Darren Shan novels. They were really good. They were one of my favorite childhood series. I loved reading it. I don't remember a lot of what happened to it since it was so long ago, but I know I really enjoyed it. I was super into the series. I loved reading Circus du Freak, so I'm excited to see this come back out again. And if it ends up on sale for cheap, I might just buy it again for nostalgia's sake, but I'm not going to pay full price for it. It seems cool. It's coming out on January 2021. Next up, we have a manga announcement for, I don't know why I said that, it's just the beginning of the tweet, for Grim Reaper and For Girlfriends Omnibus, a complete omnibus edition of one of our favorite shonen comedies. When Kaoru is visited by Grim Reaper, he finds that if he can't go from no-lifer to real-lifer, he's as good as dead. I like it. It sounds funny. I'm not going to check it out. It seems to be an all-in-one edition. I don't know if there's going to be multiple versions of it, but this one also just says omnibus editions, so we'll see. It might be multiple. I think it is actually seeing this volume 1 right here, so it's just going to be probably multiple omnibuses. Anyway, seems cool, right? It seems funny. Again, not something I'm going to check out. It doesn't really blow me out of the water. So, next up, we're going to get into Interspecies Reviewers, the comic anthology Darkness. So, this is a lovingly tribute to the monster brothel adventures of Interspecies Reviewers, featuring art and comics by the creators, such as those people who I don't know who they are. So, basically, you get a spin-off of Interspecies Reviewers. I don't know what more you want me to say with that. So, next up, we have the World's Finest Assassins gets reincarnated in another world. Oh, thank God, another isekai. I'm so excited, I bet you could tell in my voice. The anti-hero isekai gets its own manga adaptation with his deadly skills from his previous life and magic he learns in this one. From his previous life and the magic he learns in this one. He's on his way to become the greatest assassin in history. Not gonna buy. I don't care. And next up we have Adachi and Shimamura. Yesterday I dreamed of kissing her. I'm not like that, and I'm sure Shimamura isn't either. A sweet manga adaptation of the Yuri series, soon to be adapted into an anime. Not a huge fan of Yuri. There's one Yuri series I can't remember the name of, but it was a fantasy series where this girl was getting beat up and shot down by her party, and then she ends up having her entire party dies, and then the woman she loves ends up saving her. It's like a princess or someone really high up and really powerful. That one I am interested in check out. I'm going to check out because it seems dark and really good. That's going to be the first series Yuri series I check out. So I'm not going to be checking this out because, just to be honest, I don't care. Next up, we have Dear Nomen. When she was young, Masura Yunohana has been able to see ghosts. She pretends not to see them, but one day she finds herself caught up in the world of those that are not human, the Nomens. Not going to check this out. It sounds like, was it Mirko? The other Yen press release they had during Anime Expo that I would rather check out because it seemed really cool. I like the creepy art for it. I just need to know where the direction is. That's my biggest problem with that series, is that there really isn't any direction for how I see it, because she can see ghosts. I've read the first couple chapters, so she can see ghosts, and not this one. It's called Mirko, I believe, or Mirko, or something like that. And she could see ghosts, and they're really disgusting and all this stuff, and she has to pretend not to see them, but I don't really see a goal besides ghosts, I don't see them and I'm scared. I don't know how that's going to really go for a lasting comedy thing, so we'll see how that ends up, but I do want to check that out, and it is called Miracle, by the way. I did say that right. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't say it wrong. I Googled it, and that's the one I'm going to be checking out of those, not girl who can see it. I'm just interested in the direction that's going to end up going. Next up, we have Golden Japanese K Yokohama Keraton. I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. When a boy named Rinataru learns Maria's secret, he can't help but say something. You're like a mermaid. A dazzling historical comedy set in Meiji-era Japan awaits. Honestly, I don't care. This does not interest me. And I love my rom-coms. I just don't care. I really don't. I'm getting a lot more picky with my rom-coms because I want it to be good. I don't want it to waste my time. After I had all the thing with, what is it, not Domestic Girl, Rent a Girlfriend, which is a good one. I really love reading that, but my God, again, that brought me a lot of hate. I don't even care. But I just find it really funny how like uptight people get with their waifus. Oh man. Next up we have Akama, and this is a serious in his work. The demon Ser prides himself on his ability to make any wish come true. What awaits him is a little girl with but one wish. Please be my mama. Sarah's long road to motherhood starts here. I love this. This sounds extremely funny. I might pick this up if I can get it on sale or something like that. I don't care enough to buy it right off the bat, but it does sound genuinely funny having this demon have to become some little girl's mom and like take care of her. It sounds funny. It sounds endearing. I'm excited to see this. All these are coming out in January 21st, 2021, by the way. That is all, like, so far. They'll probably end up getting delayed and changed. But anyway, next up, we have, last one I do recommend you guys researching more and see if you end up enjoying it, because I might enjoy that, and I might get it on sale. So anyway, next up we have Mint Chocolate, and this is Naomi must now live with her high school crush. Now as an off-limits love interest. Sometimes I read it, like, the spacing wrong, and it sounds really weird to me, so I have to repeat it. Will his chilly attitude and arrogant ways be enough to turn her off, or is Nanami in for some long and sleepless nights? Don't care. Pass. I'm sorry, I just really don't. Next up, we have Sasaki and Miyano. Miyano spends his days reading boys' love comics until a chance encounter leads to a scuffle with his senior Sasaki. Intrigued by his feisty junior, delinquent Sasaki uses every opportunity he can get closer. Don't care. If it's for you, it's for you. It's not for me. Next up, we have the dark history of a reincarnated villainess. Wow, another isekai. A shoujo isekai with a villainous twist. Konoha wrote a fantasy adventure about a count's daughter and the knights who love her, but then finds herself reincarnated as the worst villainess of her own creation. Don't care. Moving on. Next up, we have Solo Leveling the novel. Now, this is the popular Korean novel series makes its English print debut. Desperate to live, the lowly E-class hunter Jinwoo jumps at the chance to be a player, but what is strange new leveling system that only he can use? And next up, the most important part, we are getting the comic of Solo Leveling in a physical edition. By the way, the Solo Leveling one is coming out in February, and this is huge for manga. This is absolutely insane. This is a webtoon in a physical form, like an actual book. You might think it's a scroll. Oh, no. It's printed normally, my friends. But this is absolutely huge, because that means if this is going to come out, that means things like Tower of God, God of High School, all have the potential to come out in a physical form if this does well. There's a huge market of webtoons that could get physical prints if this does well. This is an insane move for Yen Press. One of the smartest moves I've ever, this is it's really smart move. I'm going to buy this. I'm intrigued to see what it's not only going to look like, but what this manga is about, because I know how popular this is, especially on my Manga Collide. So this is insane. I cannot wait to see this. I am so excited. Like, legitimately, this is so cool to actually see a webtoon in a physical form. There's a huge precedent that this is setting if this ends up doing well. You're going to get a ton of webtoons that have the potential. Like Sweet Home, one of the best webtoons that come out. If that came out in physical and I'm reading it right now on webtoons, I would buy it again. It is that good. And if you guys not checked out Sweet Home, check it out, because I'm going to be doing a video on that at some point, because it is so damn good and I recommend that to no end. It is so fantastic. But Solo Leveling, I cannot wait to see how this turns out. I cannot wait to see how the sales are, because if this does well, this is going to be game changing for the industry. You're going to be seeing webtoons a lot more if this does, and I really hope so. And for the last thing, they said they are going to be announcing more stuff at Crunchyroll Expo in September. So I thought it was Crunchyroll Expo. I just didn't want to say it just in case I was wrong. But that is everything out. I cannot wait to see how Solo Leveling comes out. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you guys coming in, tuning in. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I always appreciate it. We're going to be back in this grind, back to making videos. I cannot wait to get back into the YouTube game. I cannot wait to talk about more manga and anime, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys some more. And anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in another video.